Us 2K YouTubers talk about 2K all the time, good and bad. But there's one thing that we cannot deny. Every year 2K does a great job with their presentation, and it improves every year. Every single year it improves. This year, for instance, they had entire new sets of commentators with Chris Webber and Steve Smith and all those guys. They even brought David Aldridge along as a new sideline reporter. And they added the player interviews a couple years ago, and they have the coaches mic'd up during the games. So it's undeniable that they improve every year with their presentation. But at the same time, I'm not going to act like everything is great. We've been hearing Clark Kellogg talk about stat sheet stuffers for like 12 years, bro. Come on now. So I hope that we're all in agreement that 2K does a good job with presentation every year. Now this is where NBA Live comes into play. NBA Live has had them beat in one aspect of presentation because of one factor. Around 2006, ESPN signed an exclusive contract with EA. This means that ESPN cannot let any other games use their likeness, and that includes 2K, of course. So a little while ago, I hit up this guy who follows me on Twitter who also works for ESPN, and I was trying to figure out if he had any idea or information on when the contract expires. Because in the back of my mind, I'm like, yo, if 2K really own it, like I think they own it, then these boys trying to get with ESPN as soon as that contract expires. But unluckily, he didn't know, or he didn't care to share one of those. Some of you may not see this as a big deal, but think of it like this. If 2K can get that contract with ESPN once it expires, they already have 3/4 of the TNT crew. If they can sign that deal with ESPN and they can bring over all of the members of the crews from ESPN, Jalen Rose, Chauncey Billups, and those guys, that means they could have an entire new halftime and post-game show crew. That means they could add more groups of commentators, and that would add so much more variation to the game. You wouldn't get tired of hearing the same people all the time. But that brings up the question, do we, the 2K community and 2K consumers, care? Do we care about presentation? When I was a kid playing NBA Live, I used to play Dynasty mode all the time. And I would get so fully immersed into the game, watching all the little cutscenes. For y'all who don't know, NBA Live used to have like cutscenes when you trade a player, of them like walking in and out of the locker room or whatever. And I would get so immersed in the game mode and just everything going on, the commentary, talking about what's going on around the league and all of that, that it was just like, that made that game mode so much fun for me as a kid. And then in high school, me and my friends used to play online leagues on 2K. Those were the times when presentation really mattered to me. Like, I mean, when a game first comes out, I appreciate it, but it's like it kind of just gets worn out after a while. And it seems like people don't care anymore. It's like when you see it in the trailer, like when it was first announced that Shaq and EJ would be in 2K 15, I think that was, everybody was gassed about it. And then like before the game came out. Think about it. How many people do you know who actually watched the halftime show, the post-game show, and in the beginning when David Aldridge is talking about whatever he's talking about? How many people actually watch it? Maybe I'm bugging. Maybe I just play 2K with a bunch of impatient niggas who want me to tap X and skip it all the time. But I feel like I'm not the only person who feels this way. So my question to you guys is, do you care? Do you guys care about presentation in 2K? Do y'all skip everything? Do y'all take y'all time and watch it? Do you want to become immersed in the basketball game, or do you not care about that? Leave your comments down below, man. And as always, I'm D Brown Shanghai, and I'm up out of here.